Ah, the smells of summer. There's nothing like the sound of a steak or a burger on the grill and then the smell that comes along with it. But any meal can be ruined when it backfires, whether that is on the grill or on the stove. GSO Fire and Life Safety Educator Dee Shelton is joining us, going over all things related to grilling and fire safety in your home. She's taking your questions. You can get your answers to your questions by texting that question to 379-5775. Remember, this is a text only, so please don't call. All right, first and foremost, let's tackle something that is pretty common, which is a smoke alarm. What is it that the public needs to know about a smoke alarm that maybe they don't know?
Well, Tanya, they should know that their smoke alarms really do not last more than 10 years. When we change a battery and we push the button to make it beep, you're just testing the battery and the beep. The little part in there that senses the smoke has a little bit of radiation, and over the years that dissipates from the unit, and we don't have a way to test that. So when it says 10 years, you really need to adhere to that. Look at the date on the back of the alarm. That's the manufactured date. Add 10 years to that, and that gives you the expiration date.
All right, and just to piggyback on that, so where do we put the smoke alarms? Obviously, we're going to put it in the kitchen because with my cooking, I need the smoke alarm in the kitchen. No, don't put it in the kitchen?
Well, they're kind of teaching us not to put it in the kitchen anymore, because if we're just burning the toast, it's a nuisance alarm, and we're going to take the batteries out or take it down and hush it. So there's some new technology coming out, hopefully within the next year. But until we get there, just try not to put it in the kitchen, maybe about 3 feet from the kitchen. If you're in a home with their electric alarms, they're already placed where they should be.
All right, and if we're looking to add some more smoke alarms to our house, is it supposed to be right outside the bedroom doors, inside the bedroom doors?
Yeah, so the new code says one inside every sleeping room, such as your bedroom, one outside those areas, like in the hallway, and at least one on every floor of the home. If you're building a brand new home, you're already getting this, and those are interconnected so that when one goes off, they all go off. But with the older homes that don't have that interconnectivity, there are some battery operated ones that are being made by a company right now that you can get at some of the local hardware stores. And anybody that needs to ask about that, we can share a number at the end.
All right, and just in case you missed it, just because you push on the smoke alarm and it makes a beep doesn't mean that it hasn't expired. That just tests the battery. So again, it only lasts 10 years. A lot of folks will be like, okay, but then I got to replace the smoke alarms. That can be somewhat costly. Most cities have a program where you can get a free smoke alarm.
Yes, if yours are just the battery operated, we can help you with that. We have programs in place that we get them from the state and a couple of other grants in the nation or in the state that we can get money from. And if you've got the electric interconnected, we don't have those type, but we can talk you through that and we can help you out. And if you really just can't afford to replace those, we can help you with the battery operated.
All right, let's get back to the grilling because so many of us will be doing that this weekend. How far away should my grill be from the house?
It needs to be at least 10 feet away, and you really want to pay attention to what is above the grill, because when you open that grill, the heat goes up. So you want to make sure that you don't have any the eaves from the home, nothing overhanging such as tree limbs, power lines, and definitely not under a tent, or if you've got like a gazebo or a pergola, not in those areas. It needs to be out. If you're in an apartment complex, these are not allowed on the balconies, so you'll have to go down to ground level.
Okay, and so many people think, well, it doesn't really get that hot, but it really does get hot enough to melt some siding.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, because if you think about it, you're already setting the temperature for cooking, so that's somewhere in the 350 to 400 range. When you're trying to reach that, those temperatures can vary for a while.
All right, let's go to this about how to know if your grill is leaking. And so this is for a gas grill, and you've got those hoses, of course, that carry the gas to your grill. How do you know if your grill is leaking?
So you can make a solution out of dish detergent and water and just kind of give it a small shake, not too much because you don't want it to be just bubbles, but then spray that over your fittings and your hoses. And if you turn the gas onto the, to go into those fittings, if you start to see bubbles coming out from a specific spot, you've got a leak in that area and you need to have it serviced.
Okay, so you do need to have your gas on for your grill, and then you spray the little dishwater concoction around all of the hoses and things. And if it bubbles up, that's when you have a leak. If it doesn't, you're okay.
Right.
Okay, this is a text question coming from folks. They were talking about your smoke alarms. Who changes the smoke alarms out?
So typically your fire stations, we here in Greensboro, we definitely do. And most, I think all of the departments in Guilford County do have a program. So you can call whatever department, the area that you're in, and they can handle that for you.
Oh, this is a follow-up question to the grill that you just said. Should it be allowed for residents at an apartment complex to grill out right in front of their decks?
As long as they're away from the building at least 10 feet and also follow the policies of your apartment complex. A lot of times they have rules that you need to follow. So make sure you're checking with that. But as long as you're at least 10 feet away from the building and you're not under the balcony, it's okay with us.
Yeah, it's the under the balcony thing that's a problem. All right,
Right,
we're going to
under the
continue
balcony is the problem.
to take your text questions. So you can text us right there, 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.